Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. My Discord one labs wouldn't connect to Kick. I had to disconnect and reconnect it. They must have went through some security things this last week. Okay.
Figure out because I kind of figured out tag products from all kinds of stores and not just missions. Always does that. It gets like 60. I don't know, 25 for some reason. Or the other one would sort of just sit there and not hang. Like it goes black or don't know where that I don't know, the dual stream thing setting is. I think it should check. I forget what it's under.
Do you mean on Twitch?
No.
Hmm.
Cause see, it sends it out to both vertical and
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, and I think I have it turned on, and I remember where that. While I'm waiting for the game to here.
It just
Oh,
said
there
it
we go.
synced.
Well, finally, see, it didn't get that far.
Yeah, I've been messing with my spread shop a little bit, tweaking here and there.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
And there should be two different tractors, and they're sitting. The field they're looking at should be the one that you need to do. We're just disking again. I picked up some more contracts.
There we go. Okay. Got this. Anyway, probably won't even have anything. Got views
Well,
out.
you already do.
Well, I get. Well, that's two. Maybe that's.
I'm sitting on Twitch.
Okay, well, there's somebody else out there. Say something. Well, I was gonna start in on that, but it's kind of like, well, maybe it's. I was gonna say, oh well, maybe it's just a bot. I was gonna kind of maybe talk about like AI slop, overrunning. That's what I wondered. What it bots talking to bots. I figure eventually there's probably going to be a market for real human-made stuff. Real people. In video and everything. Once the normies realize that they've been looking at just fake stuff. That's partly why I almost never, like, you send me stuff in Instagram messages, mostly because it has sound and I can't. I'm never in a place that has sound, or that I can have the sound on. So it's like if I can't see what it is without sound. But honestly, I don't watch them.
I don't send you anything on Instagram anymore or Facebook.
Well, like, well, Katie does one. But yeah, well, I've noticed as of late. But I don't even scroll Instagram for looking at stuff. Because I don't know, its algorithm hasn't figured out. I guess here's the thing, hasn't figured out that I want to watch what I would want to watch. And there will be, when there is something interesting, well, it's usually stolen video anyway, or I want to see more. You know, they don't, because it's only 30 seconds. That's just not how I can see it. I understand other people like it. That's fine. You know, I'm always looking for, I want to see more context, or I want it to be a bit of a story or something. I've learned that I don't gravitate to short form. Like, I'd be lying if I say I never. I mean, I do occasionally something. But I mean, I guess the thing is, at the end of the short or the reel, I'm usually disappointed because it's like, I like long videos.
I guess I feel like it all has their place. If I want long form, I go to YouTube, and if I've got like 5 minutes and I need to just kill time and I don't want to just sit there, then I'll jump on that.
Well, like I said, I'm not knocking it. And you're right, it does. But like, when I'm ready to, I want to consume. I guess what I'm saying is I rarely am in the mood. I don't really do.
Well,
I scroll for a little bit, and it's like, well, there's nothing there I want to watch, so I move along. I mean, I prefer, and I still mess around on some forums, but not like past one. But I am active in Facebook groups, which are kind of like full. That is the kind of engagement, I guess you could say, I want, because there's a little bit of a back and forth. Like my regular news feed, just through. I don't do that very often because that is where I want to see stuff posted by friends. I mean, you are almost of the people that are, my friends. You're the one that posts the most.
Oh yeah.
And you're sharing well, I know why. I mean, but that's the thing, and I heard that's what I want to see. But nobody else posts anything. It's so rare they post anything either about their goings on or just, and I don't mean like shares articles. Stuff that they like their pictures something with their content. Yeah, that's what I want to see out of my. But people aren't. I've come to realize in the years people aren't doing that. They just want to consume. And that's the only reason on Facebook is to connect or to create and consume, like two-way street. And that's why I like certain and various, mostly motorcycle related, vintage. So like everything dirt is one, which that is kind of like generally a young, hipper group of people. But that's where some of the Supercross or motocross this and that. And then people post bikes, they're fighting, questions, that, like there's good discussion around something. A little bit more like the old forums.
Yeah.
You know, gentle ribbing, but in good, usually.
Yeah.
Generally. Oh, they're like, hey, fried, good. Not too much. Kind of like the old AT. Maybe ES. That's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But, and then the vintage stuff is, how do you do this? Or I'm looking for this. You just pick this.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like 3 Atari related. One is Atari Age. That's a long time back to probably 697, 90s. And so it's kind of the main, like, if there was ever such thing as an official, that's probably the most acknowledged games. I mean, like, I don't buy any of that stuff, but then there's other ones like fan stuff, and some of it is a little more related nostalgia. So even though like Pac-Man was on the Atari, but like it's not an Atari franchise. Pac-Mania. That's usually pretty good. And I was in one of the farming simulator ones, but I left just because I didn't have much to contribute, really. Because I'm not playing it like you play it.
Every time there's a new game, there's a new group that pops up, and I always try it, and then I never like it because it's mainly most people are just complaining about the new game, or they're
well, yeah. Hang on one second. I'm gonna go grab something. Right back.
All right.
A hydrated. Tucker just got back from his nasty type. It's like gymnastics, but not. It's
yeah.
But it's I don't know. But anyway, yeah, on those groups, yeah, that's why I left, because yeah, either it just gets complaining about bugs or that and the other, or people are like, oh, you wanna fire and help?
Yeah, that stuff I don't mind so
it's
much.
Like, okay, I'm not gonna, I don't. If I was probably still and a lot younger, I might, going to do that. I mean, we could do not fun and these other projects and stuff. This is about I have time for. But yeah, that's the thing. I tried them in the past, but they just Again, I don't have anything to contribute, so I'm kind of like, oh, why?
Yeah.
Because again, I want the back end. I want to be able to contribute. I want about other people. I don't know. That's how the internet used to. And it's not. Or, well, the apps, the internet itself. Nobody ventures outside the apps anymore. I do. I mean, I cruise Reddit a lot, which you could argue old internet, but some of it. I still go. Or something. Sometimes something. So, I'll research it, or read kind of Wikipedia articles on the object or whatever topic, or that it's being discussed about it. That's the thing. I have a hard time connecting with people like that because they don't like to do that.
Yeah.
That's what's.
I do from folks and it's kind of groups I don't mind, but still get a lot of questions like some it's the map issue. Something that needs to fix. But there's the people that are just like there's even a small bit of people on there that just come in and just complain about something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's pretty good and it's pretty clean and it's. But I don't follow too many of them. The modders that I follow more on Discord and on streaming on Twitch than I do anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm either connected to them on Discord or I'm connected to their channels streaming wise and And really, the only way, like, if it's not on Mod Hub, if the only way that I find the maps is if other people are actually playing them, and then that's a good way to kind of see if I even want to try that map or not. But at the end of 22, I kind of switched over to. I just was having too many problems with third-party mods, so I switched over to just strictly Mod Hub. There's enough on there. There's enough on there to get me fun and yep.
Well, that's like you were talking about, modders. I would watch probably. Well, actually, I could now because I moved my Chrome onto our. Again, did have support for the official Twitch ad, but for Roku. That's Amazon. Oh, I forget. They Amazon. They're not. No, they compete against Amazon. So they basically. So I couldn't watch them. I'm not gonna watch. I could, but I do watch, and mostly on Macho or whatever. When he does his A5 stuff. So I guess I'm kind of excited for GTA 6. Watch him just. Them actually watch him and somebody else. But I don't know. There's, again, going back to the AI slot. I don't necessarily AI streams so many kind of sloppy stuff that isn't like, I guess, background noise. One thing, but like if I want to actually watch, see a narrative out, I don't really know how to find a good streamer because I'm not gonna watch, but you know, those top guys, that they don't, they're not playing a game I care, and I really haven't tried to look out to suppose they're like retro games. That's what I should further.
They are.
It's just I can't easily find them, or, but again, their schedule. I can't watch the on-demand, so that's why if I want that kind of content, of course, I go straight to YouTube.
There's
traditional VOD.
I think there's a category for it.
Well,
Because I know I follow one, and I've seen them. I've seen others pop up on my. They have like a promotional thing at the very top, and I've seen others pop up in there.
Yeah, I mean.
So they've got to have a category for it.
But it's also like it's kind of in a sense feels like old TV. Okay, you have to set your watch for whatever. I'm not gonna run my life around. Oh, got to get this done. I've learned. I've gotten too used to the YouTube way of life. Of okay, I saw it pop up. Whatever. Oh, I like to watch these junkyard dig. I don't watch them. They come out. I mean, sometimes. But
yeah,
we watch them. I mean, that too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the deal. I try to catch them kinda new, as sometimes they are, or can be, topical. A lot of the type of content I should say, must see TV where you gotta set, make sure you watch it hours of public.
Yeah, really the only thing I try to be there for, and I can't be there all the time, other than my streams, is just being in averages, because he's the only one right now that
more, but it's never at a time I can even browser and let it roll. Actually.
But other than that, like everybody else, if I have time, I'll kick them on. Usually it's on the it's on the second monitor. It's not the main thing I'm watching. I'm usually either gaming or they're on, and then they're on my. It's broadcasted to my Bluetooth, and so then I can run around and do chores and still hear it going on in the background. And if there's something I really want to catch, then I'll come back. And if not, then I got away from it a little bit because I was trying to watch the Tour de France from last year, but I should be getting a little bit more back into that norm of being able to watch. trying to get back into that norm.
Well, in gold, if he happens to under, I can put him up on the side or background, and that's again like your morning stream. I mean, I'm listening again. We're
Yeah.
not 100%
Speak-
able to game.
Speaking of gold, he's doing. I think it was a 12-hour tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or maybe it's Sunday. He's doing a 12-hour because he hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he did. Oh, I'll have to pop over there and congratulate him just because, yeah, he's got the watch time eligible.
I think it's tomorrow because I think it said the 17th.
I guess that's pretty exciting. And we were there from the beginning, kind of.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah.
And you popped in streams on that little project, which is going to be a regular I get it.
Yeah, I missed the first one, but
You're
I
not missing much. I mean,
second one. I'm like, but I was trying to figure out how that was. I'm sure you probably
will
said it
say-
in the first one.
we'll say the video on demand afterward. That video's got 500 views and still getting it's my archive live stream. But I'm thinking it because it pops up because of the Volkswagen finding, looking, because it's going to show up searching, watching a Beetle video. Might come up side, they're going to into it.
Yeah.
But it has a decent, for a live stream, attention. It's not like they're just seconds and out. I mostly done those partly just, well, to try something different. Might as well, but also I hadn't used that garage PC in a while, and it's been really, I mean, kind of like the old days, taking like 2 minutes or 3 minutes to like fully start up. I first turn it on,
Yeah.
which probably can't even fathom that. It used to take them half 2 minutes for the computer to start up. Not this 10 seconds. They even whine at 30 seconds. But yeah, it's taking like that long to get going. So I kind of was doing it to see, well, how stable is it? It's still got at least a little bit of life in it to at, and well, it's sorted up, but I really have to turn the bit rate down, so I don't know how well the video looks as far as the quality.
Yeah.
Audio's garbled or times because the processor, it just can't. Of course, I watch some. I keep a little bit on pulse of what's going on, and it's like talked about this before, but it's really looking like save my pennies some more, but just wait and maybe next year prices may stabilize, come down, stabilize, and so I can buy a new setup and delegate this.
Yeah.
Because I got this tweaked pretty good, but it doesn't look Um, it doesn't look like it should. It's playable. Got it.
Yeah.
But just vision. Like the draw distance. Pretty terrible. Like when I look out across the and watch it sit there and load in the things kind of, I don't want to say flicker, but the trees kind of
No.
yeah, when you start getting closer to them, it's starting to try to render them. It's like right now, way off the, I happen to look at my stream, kind of great. Okay, we'll look off in the distance. Houses, trees, kind of just lobby. Yours probably, you know, when I start getting closer, they start kind of flickering as they're loading in the details.
Oh.
I mean, you probably don't care, but like real game, that's horrible.
Yeah.
It only bothers me to the point of like, well, I know it could be better. And honestly, I can't have like shadows.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also in a way it looks worse than I mean, close up, you know, factor.
Yeah.
You know, I can. But it sort of breaks them. Have to look out farther.
Yeah.
Actually, better. Hard to turn it around. I find.
You know, that view isn't quite so bad, especially now that you can trust that the GPS is going to pull you the right way. I mean, you don't have it turned on, but if you did, yeah. Well, I mean, I think you're kind of trying to use them as guidance lines.
I'm using them as guide. I don't know. I just don't know the. I can't remember them ever.
It's this. It's the same button that you use. It's the B button. It's the same button that you use to turn it on. And you just tap it, and it'll go. The line will go green, and it'll snap over.
That's okay. Right. I thought you had to do it. I'll
Nope.
try it.
Honestly, that's the GPS makes this version of the game, like, to me, the best version.
I guess I kind of like the driver. I guess that's why I don't. Maybe I'll use it right now. That's probably why I don't. I just drive because. Well, okay.
But I
Well,
that.
when you're doing the more sim kind of. Yeah, I'm just one. I'm just a worker.
Well, the thing is, like, I guess I like just trying to do it efficiently and get things done and around and.
Well, yeah, especially when you play your own games, you got to go. I'm just here to play and.
Yeah.
But like in this view, the graphics look pretty good. But I feel like it's like, well, if I had a better graphics card, it would be better. Will say the mirrors on the tractor, which a little more. Well, I wouldn't call them used. Better, or they look better.
Yeah.
Game.
The next thing will be is if they ever actually make the monitors. If they actually, not all of them, but there's some of them that have views that I wonder if they'll ever. I think there are some mods to make them that way, but.
Yeah. I got 6 people watching. Nobody chatting. Hop in the chat, I guess. I don't know. The only sort of topic I just touch on was the ice slop and.
Well, did you catch the race last weekend?
Oh, yeah,
Anaheim
you
won?
know what? That's right. I was going to ask you about that. Yes, of course, we watched it live, but I know you watched it a day or two.
I ended up. It took me like 3 or 4 days before I finally got to the end of it. I bet the thing was I knew Barsha wrecked pretty bad
Okay,
on Sunday.
Did you see all that? Of course, there was bunch
And
of
then-
stuff we looked up online, you know, towards and YouTube videos on, but so watching. Yeah, but see how long it took them to get to Barsha? Like, Johnny on the spot yet. Stewart. Like, took forever for the medic to get over to Bar. Laying there. And Anderson, whatever, you know, his bike was angled with it. And he got it up and was kicking or trying to start. He had you visiting time hesitate every time. He was more looking over down at him, looking over like, hey, is anybody gonna come and something? And then he eventually rode off. But
Well, and that's saying something because Anderson and Barsha don't like each other.
well, I know now. I think it was Anderson, but yeah, that's the thing. You could see he hesitated a couple of times before just taking off. You know, because he wasn't getting up and still just laying there. He wasn't even hardly moving out. But yeah, then then the guy, track worker, started pushing the bike away, but not like standing near him or trying to, you know, release tag or whatever. It was, and everybody thought, and for that moment too, I thought pretty poor. And track and MT work. They had, remember right, there was like 2 guys on Stewart, and Stewart was sitting up. I mean, it was obvious that Stewart was hurt, but not. And he was coherent. Marshall was, and yet to raise his head, you know.
Yeah.
And nobody was checking on him. I mean, it almost, for a split second, it almost looked like Anderson gonna drop his bike and check on him. Or I think it was Anderson, another guy, but the top guy. No. That was wild. Too bad. Well, for both of them. Stewart broke it.
Yeah, but I saw something today about they thought that he was going to race this weekend because they said it seemed bad that he wasn't going to need any surgery, but even then I don't know that I'd pick him at least for a race.
Okay. Yeah, well, okay. Katie said it was Anders. And I looked at our points and we're on top. Picked a little better, but I sure didn't peg Tomac to.
No.
I had him up there. I had him in 3rd, but I didn't peg. I picked Sexton in because I thought, well, okay, he's gonna come out. Got something to prove. Yes, overall. Man, he just choking.
And Webb just had a horrible night.
Yeah.
Because he just, like, that first race, he just happened to get taken out, and then he ended up in the last chance. And I didn't watch the last chance, but him and Plessinger, I mean, because them 2 got tangled up in that heat race and took him.
Yeah, and I don't really count Webb out just for that because he has those nights. But Sexton can't. After all this time, he keeps doing it to himself. Like, all them races, he lead on the third to last lap or whatever. This one, he wasn't even in it. He was in 10th place and going off the.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't even like I know he was trying, but that was a little bit of why he was going on. But he wasn't hair on fire going, and he was still going off. Yes, that's what sort of kind of did it. Hey, is just something was off. I don't know. What? Everybody likes to blame the bike, but we've found out 90% riders. Something in his head ain't.
Well, and I did enjoy after the wreck and everything. They got it all cleared up and everything. I did enjoy the race though because it was kind of like it was kind of like the old vet class coming up.
Yeah.
Old vet battle. I mean, between Roxon
and Tomac.
Yes,
and
Tomac.
That was exciting, and I'd love for Roxon to be really in it and not get hurt or something like that. I'd like Tomac to stay in it, and I'd like Webb to be in it. I'd like it to be a 3 or 4-way race throughout the season. As far as
I'd like it to be 5 because I'd also like Hunter to be in there too.
It'd be nice, yes, if Hunter would get in the mix. It'd just be kind of that a bunch of winners and points staying pretty close where everybody can, still have it not get mathematically taken out of tension halfway through. I don't want to see I like Tomac, but I guess I don't want to see him dominate. Nor would I like to see like Roxon or Webb dominate.
I don't think I guess he might dominate the points, but he probably won't, win every race. I could go for something like that, where he just does enough just to stay up there, but not. But every once in a while there's a different person winning. I don't know. I'm more of a. I've always been more of a Roxanne Tomac fan than I ever. I don't hate it when Chase wins. I don't hate it, like when he wins championships. But I'm just not.
He's a bit of he's a bit of a boring personality. I understand what you're saying. I just think he's got a lot of talent there that doesn't always get fully utilized. And like, I'm not the hugest Webb fan, but he's one of those that's good enough to always be up there. And
now after what I just said, I wouldn't mind. I don't mind the Webb Chase battles.
Well,
if we're not gonna have Jet Lawrence in the mix, I don't mind the Webb Chase battles. I definitely don't want Chase to run away with it.
No.
I want him to kind of, if he's gonna get the championship, I want him to work for it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. We're all talking about this without Jet in there. If Jet was in, I secretly would like him to dominate just because I'd like to see another Ricky Carmichael-esque type of era.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't care who it is. Just looks like he's one of the only ones that can maybe just so darn consistent and fast. Like Dungey, super consistent. Wasn't always the fastest, always consistent.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it. But like Carmichael was, before he showed him do it, talked about it before. But it's like, if we could have another one that is consistent and just we just haven't seen that in a while. Tomac's not that kind of rider. Neither is Roxon. They're fast. They're just not or they get bad luck. Argue that's a lot of their problem. Just things just happen. Webb's a little too much of a loose cannon, and obviously Sexton is so off and on for whatever. He can just dominate races, but then he can dominate a race and throw it away at the end and all that. He's kind of like makes me think of the Elway area of the Broncos. they could be totally winning the game, and then the whole team, and then just do something stupid and throw it all away at the end.
It'd be like
or they could be losing and then just come back and win. That's how to do a bit of an analogy. That's sort of how I see Chase. You just never know. He has flashes of brilliance and then just does some borderline idiotic things to lose the race. And then the rest of them are all just kind of there. I notice Freezy's still in there. I mean, when's he gonna quit? He's gonna be on my 10th, like my 10th place pick.
Oh.
He's always my 10th through 15th place pick.
This week, I picked someone that was like it wasn't a top name, but he was a more well-known name, kind of for a mid-pack. But I can't remember who I picked.
And I already did my picks.
Yeah, I tried to do them right after I finished watching the race because then that way I don't forget
also
them.
then if you do pick, well, even if you pick poorly, if you had your pick in before another member, you're gonna rank. You'll rank higher, even if you get the same. That's how that works.
Oh.
So like, even if you get them all wrong, but choose people, but they're in the wrong place, the participation point. So like, if you got 15 points, let's say, I don't know how many people are playing, but if there's 30,000 people playing, and let's say of the 30,000, 10,000 of them all get 15. You were, say, the first person to get picks in. Those picks, people, places, you'll rank potentially like first of those 10,000 that got 15 points. That's how that works. It goes out by the timestamp picker.
Yeah.
So, for example, like we picked the exact same thing, but I picked mine on Sunday and you picked yours on Monday, and we get the same score, with the same picks, I will rank higher than I picked. And that's how they do tiebreakers. Top, actually, second or third to prizes.
Yeah.
It's by the timestamp of when you picked your rider, picked your picks. So like if there was hundreds of people that all got the most possible day, it'll be the guy who picked them all, put his picks in. Next guy will get them. That's why I always try to get them in Sunday. Well, even if I don't do very good, or if I do things, it can jump you up and be back there. It'll jump you up like, and that's part of how past, me and Katie have been able to get into the thousands or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll pick our picks so early, so even if we're on the bottom end of everybody, we're still gonna be pretty high up. Whatever reason, pick nearly perfectly every.
Yeah. The years I do good, it's just because I just had good picks and.
Yeah, you got lucky.
Well, it's not so much luck; it's consistency because I got consistency of the riders, and it's like I don't get every race right, but.
Yeah, but the hardest one to pick always is the wild card.
It is. I've hit that a couple times though too.
Yeah. Because like I think first race, and he didn't make the main.
Oh, mine was Malcolm.
Yeah.
So you know how that went.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. You would have been in good shape because that's where he was going to end up, just based on about where he, how he qualified. Well, that's the thing about old Malcolm is, if it's like 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th, he's a good bet.
Yeah. The thing that I don't know if you listen to the commentary or not. The thing that kind of killed me was they literally just got done saying, James just got done saying, yeah, we had a great year in Paris this year and won the race and and then it was like a lap or two later, and then the wreck happened.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you jinxed him.
Yeah. Well,
So
and that's the
you
thing.
jinxed your own brother.
Well, speaking of the wild card, like Webb or whatever for a good part of the race was in 10th place, and it's like, okay, who's picking Cooper Webb for 10th place? He figured to finish better than that. I forget who was. Yeah, it's some. That's the thing. I don't get how some of these, even when you do say, like, do more of the sports betting way, with all the statistics, consistency, it's like this sport. Well, it's just like Chase. He could or should win these races, and here he just stunk up the. Okay. Now, I mean, going forward again, that's gonna mess with his ranking. We got a spreadsheet in that series, but like first rate out, the guy you might want to put in the top 5.
Yeah,
Then he
I
just stuck.
I believe I did. I believe I had him in 4th.
Well, that's what I mean. You know, you can't not put him in the top 5 because he is a top 5 rider. But then a lot of times he's a crash it out or a gets 15th place rider too. You know.
Yeah, but okay, so I think because I did look, I always look when I go and make my next week picks. So I was placed at 111,000 and something. So I guess my theory is, on the people that pick correctly, get it perfect or near perfect or whatever. There's just so many of us, it's so many people picking that there's bound to be someone that just picks right. Now,
I guess
them doing that all season long is obviously a different story, but
I look at the top guy race, and it's like this one. Who'd have thunk it the way it took out, and the top winner like got 121 points. Well, the perfect is 125. So like, and well, that's the thing is the top. Let's say it was like the top 5. People picking. Got 101 guy, and then it was like 119. Ever down the line. But like if you look race to race, there's like the top person always getting close to near perfect every race. It's not the same person, mind you. But
yeah.
A person almost picks them perfectly every race.
Yeah, well, because there's just so many of us, so it's just bound to happen.
But see, I think a lot of people are going to pick very similarly. I mean, you can only pick one guy first, and I don't know what you want odds, but again, like this thing, I chose Chase to win because I thought.
Oh,
why would
I threw a dart at it because I was like, well, if Jet's not there, Hunter would be my next best guess, and I'm like, it's also the first race, and it's almost impossible to get a good, like a good bunch of picks in.
Well, and here's the thing. Well, and I went Sexton, Webb, and Tomac, and I almost went like Webb, Tomac, Sexton, or whatever. But it was between those 3 guys. I figured, well, even if Sexton doesn't, and he'll top 3, or he'll top 5, and I'll get some participation, And then I figure, well, Webb and him might battle, and Tomac will be in the mix, but getting up there, so who knows? He might bike and stuff too. Might do well, or he might not be there to, but he'll be there. But you just never know. I just it's a gut, and it's usually wrong.
So you say that I think I had Hunter. I might have had someone like Chase in second, and then I would have had Eli in third, and then I had Anderson in fourth, and I might have had Roxon in fifth.
Now, see, I had
That might have been my picks. That sounds very fairly accurate. And then I had Malcolm for my wild card.
I had Roxon or Roxon in fourth, and I had Hunter Lawrence in fifth. I want to say it was it decent. But here's the other thing, then you got riders like Ferrandis out that he can talk by, throw that all out the window too.
What about Crowder?
And Plessinger, he can come out and ride up there and do.
Yeah, but like Webb, he had abandoned to them together, and I guess I don't know where he plays. I'm assuming he did better out of the main. To them if they weren't in the top so much.
Yeah.
Because I was really intensely watching on Roxon and Tomac. I need to let my dog out. You hear?
Yeah, this next race, like I said, I forget who it goes, but now that seeing him race after having a little bit of a break, now it'll be I don't say pick, but yeah, have an idea maybe. Out of all the watch Supercross, I'm surprised that there's only like 100,000 people play the fantasy considering it's. Oh, my mic didn't. Test, test. Test, test. How about that?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, it must have been Discord.
Oh, Derek said something about he was going to bail because his foot hurts.
Just gotta sit. I could.
Let's see. Let's see what it.
I just looked at that actually.
The foot isn't happy, so I think I will bail.
But anyway, I was saying, you know, out of all the people who watch Supercross and stuff, I'm surprised that only, you know, like about 100,000 people play fantasy.
Yeah, but fantasy's not for everybody.
Well, but I consider it's free. Sign up and try. Look, I don't sports bet. I don't really like the idea of it. But this is kind of like betting, but with no risk. No.
Yeah.
No. There's only upside. You might win something. Pick them exactly right or whatever. You might win something in a round. Prize. I don't know how many delusions ever win thing, but like
no, I'm actually.
In a while you might win around. You know, pick them. That's why I put them in. Mine on Sunday is maybe I'll be in early enough. You know, maybe second or third.
Yep. Yeah, what I really like is the getting the cash, so it doesn't mean.
And there's that, because you know what, they just started doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's that. It's kind of like getting. I mean, it's free money, but it's kind of like. Well, I've never been able to get anything free, but you get it at a steep discount. Basically, sometimes something. Get something for basically the cost of shipping.
Yep.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, I guess I kind of forgot about that little perk. Yeah, I mean, forgot about that. There's kind of reason not to participate.
Well, and even if it's technically it's better than sports betting because then you don't have to. You're not putting any money in, but you're getting money out.
Well, and even and even when you buy something, it's but okay, you got a $20 T-shirt for $8 or $7 or
yeah,
and it's like, wow, they're still getting you. Like, I don't get people who have an attitude like that. It's like, well, hey, then don't buy, but also it's like, yeah, versus sports betting. See, sports betting is like, they want you to win, but they don't want you to cash out. So they want you to win. They want you to putting it back in and keep it in there. Kind of like if you had a savings account. Let's say you had $1 million in your savings account, but if you never spend it, it's like you don't have it. So that's kind of not exact parallel, but it's sort of the same thing with sports betting. You know, okay, you sign up and they give you for the commercials something $300 in bonus bets or whatever that means. Like, okay, maybe you spend $1,000. Guess what? They incentivize you just put that money in there and use it to bet on more and build it up. But then they know at one point you're going to lose it all. Gotcha. I mean, like I said, they're not in it to lose money. Put it that way.
Yeah.
And then
They had the bet, and they see the long term.
Yeah,
how
well,
this
then when they get you winning, and they see you taking the payout, then they start limiting how you can. I've saw a video or some articles that if you start winning too much, then they essentially kind of shadow ban you from the good bets. Too. So they want the losers, they want the occasional, but they limit consistently on how much they can bet or how often or whatever. Or they force them to close. I mean, there's been times where I go good at a certain type of betting, type of sport, that they essentially kicked him out. I mean, they gave him his money, but they kicked him because he was winning too.
Yeah.
There's no regulations around that. And to me, this is more, well, fun, more fair, more honest. Yeah, it's a little bit like a sweepstakes. There's no obligation. That money, that Rocky Mountain cash, use it or lose it. You don't have to use it. Don't have to use it.
Yep.
Lose it. But it was money you didn't have before, so.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, I guess if nothing else in the past has been like, basically it's free shipping on something, or I may have to pay like $7 to ship it to me, or something,
But yeah, well, that's maybe you've gotten a couple of, essentially like graphic tees. And when I buy a graphic tee, it's a lounge around the house or a casual hire. I don't want to pay. It's hard. To find a I don't want to pay much more.
Your contract is finished.
Yep, I see that. It's enough. And I'd say we're about.
Okay.
But anyway, that's what and there's I don't like, for a shirt like that, I don't like to spend really much more than $10 on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
So if I can use some cash, get a pretty decent quality t-shirt for under $10, I consider that a win, because I'm going to get years out of that essentially a $7 t-shirt. That's a pretty good value in my book.
Yeah.
But
well, I got to a point last year after. So I used my Supercross, the money I won in Supercross. I used that, but the money that I won in motocross, I started running out of ideas. I started buying, like, I bought my mom some shirts, and then I got these really nice Rocky Mountain cups and I'm so like I'm, I'm trying to think of things to actually spend it on, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah. Um. Well, and that's the thing. I bikes I work on rarely. I mean, some bearings are still available OEM but like I rarely use it on any parts or consumable. Yeah, generally because back in the day, I almost never bought casual Rocky Mountain. It was always parts or gloves, mostly gloves. That was the thing where sometimes go through two pairs of gloves as much and
Yeah.
format. Well, and grips. That was they get tore up when you
Yep.
lay it over and all. But yeah, but like lately, like I said, because uh, their shirts, even though they're just Rocky Mountain, are that nice soft. I don't know what it. Nice soft material rather than cotton that's kind of stiff or
Yeah.
you know what I'm a little
Yep.
particular about. Well, and even button up Rocky Mountain hat, but when I see a good deal in a store, I buy them because I get a lot of life out of it.
Yeah.
I can have some variety.
Yeah. I still got because the first thing I bought was that MSR shirt. I still
Oh
like
yeah,
wearing that one.
so I bought one of the kind of vintage. I wear that one again once it starts getting kind of hilly or thin. I'll turn it into like a night shirt bedtime.
Yeah.
Well, and then when I get tired of wearing it like that, then it becomes a work outdoor. I don't care if I get oil and dirt and whatever.
Well, I got kind of like so I got like my nice shirts, and then I've got like a pile of shirts, like the MSR shirt that I can throw on. But it's like if it gets dirty, it gets dirty. But I don't try to get it dirty. And then I've got the shirts that I work in, like if I'm gonna change the oil or if I'm mowing the lawn or
Right. Yeah, just I need to do some projects outdoors, and I don't, and if I snag it or whatever, I don't care.
yeah,
It'll eventually become one of those kind of.
yeah.
But yeah, so I figure for $7, I'm going to get 10 years out of it. Probably. I mean, well, shoot, there's some. Well, well, I'm still wearing one of those North Shore Marina shirts that. Actually, I think it was Derek's because, like, I think I spent the night there, and then we went next to one of their something. I didn't have an old lent me that, so I still got that. I still wear. But also this Colorado State University sweatshirt. It's green. It's got little holes from. I used to weld a lot, and the sparks hit it and stuff.
Yeah.
Still wearing that. But I still even have some of those shirts we used to go to Learjets and stuff. I've got those. They still fit too. But I don't really wear them. I should just. I have started some of that.
Are you just driving around?
Yeah. Because actually, I was gonna. Well, it's here. But yes.
Well, I know that's why it's like I was looking at something on the phone and I forgot to switch it back onto the stream and I
Oh,
was like,
I thought,
oh,
well, I'm over
I
here by
like
town.
I know he's done with that contract, but I'm like, he's doing
Well, I was kind of like, you know what? We haven't, because I've been messing around with just playing our game and getting the. I haven't really, seen what the town in 25, town
yeah.
compared to. A little more. Yeah, I just cruising around.
No, I get it. Oh, and then I
But
did.
all the buildings are for season, a season pass, by the season pass.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of mine because I already have the season pass. Well, I had the season pass. I don't have the second season pass or this year's season pass, but um a lot of mine were I think Giants made a racing game and um most of my billboards are trying to advertise that. Can't remember what it's called though, but
As much.
yeah.
Like this is the house, but
Uh,
hangs up their socks. It does. It's got the tables and got the. That's funny. Collectible.
oh, the collectibles, yes. I don't know what they would be on this map, but
All the in same. It's just the restaurant interior. Go look.
uh huh. Well, this isn't even a this. So this map was on 15.
Was it?
Yeah, it's still in the old games. Well, I mean, they still do it because technically this game has 3 maps that it came with. Riverbend Springs, the Asian map, and then the basically the other one. I think it's supposed to be like a European map, but it's also like a generic Giants kind of version map.
Huh. I found a collectible.
It looks like a sail point or something.
Legend balls hit farm ball.
You found the farm ball. Anyways, this was the second map in 15. But I wanted to play this in I wanted to play this with you in 22, and then we got so busy playing in other maps that I never got around to doing it. And so then when it came out in 25, I said that's got to be our first map because it's a nice map to kind of get used to the new game, and it got a very American feel to it, and I don't know, I liked it. I liked it in 15. I played it in 15. Um, I like to visit it every now and then.
Yeah, no, fields are big enough, but not big. Like what we're.
Well, and I got to thinking about it like, um, I think we kind of did this in 22. We'll probably just stay on this map, and then when you decide that you're just kind of bored of this and you want to do something else, we'll jump over to something else. But
Yeah, that sounds.
we might just work this map for a little bit, or until I find a map that I like. Oh, we got to try that map, which that could happen too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, does this? Oh, that. Oh, I will. Huh, no box. I will say they made the towns. They feel a little bit more alive, I guess,
Yeah.
than 20.
Well, I think I shut the traffic off on this map.
That's all right.
Cause I don't. Yes, I did. Cause I've gotten to a point now. I know people like to see the cars driving around and stuff, and if it did that occasionally, that'd be fine. Or maybe when I'm in the field, that would be fine. But
Yeah, I'd like to see it while you're in the field, but yeah, when you're trying to get somewhere,
it's they get to be a little bit annoying. And then the other thing I find annoying is sometimes something glitches and
out there's a road coming.
something glitches and they you'll end up with like 10 cars in a row because they had one car had to wait on something else and it stacks them all up, and then the computer can't get the 10 cars um to dissipate, to break off. And so then it's just basically stuck going around the map as a parade. And I get annoyed with that too. But yeah, someone evidently did some time detailing if they've got a cone on top of a
Yeah.
house.
Well, I was just
Because they gave you something unexpected to look at, that like, oh, there's a cone up there. That's kind of random. What's that building?
I don't know, like a hospital. Yeah, hospital,
Uh,
medical center.
for your farm sim emergencies.
Well, I just thought it's like,
Well, now we got, if there's a hospital, I think, well, I think they have fire trucks. Maybe they don't have an ambulance. It's like, have an ambulance, you could role play a
yeah,
emergency.
yeah, because there's. Well, I think
Yeah, I got one more pass and then I'm done with this field.
I see that you're a 97.
Well, and it'll hit 99% before I'm actually done with the pass. So maybe. There's 99. Yep. Yeah. Leave it, and then. Oh, no. I guess I will end my stream.
Yeah. I guess I can fill up the.
Next weekend, do you guys come back?
Yes. And